What's going on YouTube? Back with another video. Today I got the start of a new series, and it's going to be the 5 best 2Ks in my personal opinion. And today we're going to start off with number 5. So I'm going to run it down from number 5 all the way up to number 1. So probably once a week you're going to get a new 2K. But yeah, that's pretty much what this series is going to be about. I'm going to start. These are all 2Ks after the park era, and I'm talking specifically in like park terms and like my career, like not play now and my team and all that. I'm not talking as a whole because I don't play all that. I'm talking from the my career park aspect, and I'm gonna run down probably every reason why that 2K was good, where it lacked, and why I put it where I put it at. So yeah, that's gonna be that, and I'll get into it right after I finish the intro. If you guys been watching for a minute, you know I like to spread the word. So from Isaiah chapter 10 verse 15, but can the axe boast greater power than the person who uses it? Is the saw greater than the person who saws? Can a rod strike unless a hand moves it? And can a wooden cane walk by itself? So that's Isaiah chapter 10 verse 15. So basically no instrument, no tool, nothing can accomplish this person without the greater power behind it. And we as humans have a greater power behind us, so we shouldn't sit here and brag and boast about the things that we're able to do, because at the end of the day there's a higher power behind everything that we're able to do. So no thing that's being used, no controller is gonna say, oh, I'm great on this, when your hands are on the controller. You know what I'm saying? So we can't consider our resources and our special talents as things that we've earned or we've created. And at the end of the day, all these wonderful gifts are gifts from God. So yeah, not saying like nobody ever put in work. Like you still got to do your part, and you still obviously have put in a lot of hard work for the things that you've done. But at the end of the day, don't brag and boast about the things that you've done, because God is the one who has given us all the ability to do these wonderful things. So let's go ahead and get into the video then. All right, so the first one that we got is NBA 2K20. That's where I put at number 5 on my list, and I put that at number 5 for some solid reasons. So everything from 2K14 to 2K25, current and next gen, whatever you want to say, whatever generation, from P3 to P5, all that stuff. So what I'm putting at number 5 is 2K20, and I put it at 5 because it was a very solid game, but I feel like COVID makes people rank it higher than what it actually was. I'm not saying the game is dirt, but the game really had a lot of faults. Obviously every game does, but the game really wasn't that good and wasn't that hyped up until COVID happened and people was forced to play the game. It was more so a sense of, I guess, community. That's when the community really started to jump, because a lot of people were playing the game and a lot of people were heavily involved in the game. Not saying the game was bad. Obviously I put it at 5. I put it at 5 above a lot of games, but I would say that 2K20 had a lot of good things. Let's talk about the good things first. So I would say a really good thing that they had was the dribbling. The dribbling was really good. You can actually move. It actually felt fluent. You can actually like create and combo. You know, I'm a dribbler, so I always talk about like dribbling things first. So I would say if you have good dribbling, like no game that had good dribbling was like dirt. That's just how it is. Every game from wherever you want to say, like if the games that didn't have creative and good dribbling were all filth and dirt, with all due respect to 2K. None of them were allowing people to be creative. You can't create space. Everybody likes to be able to move and move freely and move how they want to control their players. So at the end of the day, why are we so limited, especially now in 25 and even in 24? They just keep taking away moves, so it's kind of just getting rid of the fun. Another good thing I feel like we had some pretty balanced builds back then. I feel like most of the builds weren't really overpowered. Like you can kind of get crafty with a small guard. There was plenty of like 6'1", 6'2s running around, your 3-point shot hunters, 3-point shot creators, 3-point sharks, whatever the freak they was called back then. You had a bunch of those just running around, and you can get crafty with that. Or you could get crafty with a slasher, a tall offensive threat like a 6'7". You can get crafty. Obviously a lock's always going to be a lock. You can't have a bad lock. And like every build was good. Your bigs was good. Your bigs was solid. Your glass locks were really solid. Like every build felt balanced in their own right. There was nothing too overpowered or nothing like too bad. Like in 2K25, if you make a tall guard, you're pretty much like cooked. Like there's really not much you can do with a tall guard. Like those builds feel kind of useless. Can't really go, like if you're making a center, you kind of have to go footer. You can't really go too much higher or you're pretty much cooked. Make a 7-3, you're pretty chalk. So it's stuff like that to where the builds back then just felt more balanced. Another good thing I would say that 2K20 had was, honestly, I feel like it had some pretty good, even though like the park and the city was the same, I feel like obviously everybody loved the events. The events were really good. I like how they changed like the courts and all that within each event. So it wasn't like we was playing in like completely new event center and all that stuff like every week, but it felt like the events just had a different vibe. And it's not just because it was COVID and it was just happening every weekend, even throughout the week, obviously, because people was at home, but it just felt like you was playing somewhere different, and the events actually felt like they was worth something and actually mattered. So that's another big thing too, is actually playing like, and you feel like you're actually playing for something. So those are 3 things that I feel like 2K20 did really good. And there's a lot more things too. Honestly, I had no script. I'm kind of just freestyling, so I had nothing really planned off top. But yeah, there's a lot of good things. And back to like with the build stuff, I feel like most of the builds like just being balanced in what they would do. Like if you made a small guard that wanted to shoot, like you could shoot. You made a slasher that wanted to slash, you could slash. Like you could do what you made your build to do. So I feel like that's another thing, like let people do what they're making their builds to do. So yeah, the bad, I feel like there was some cheese in 2K20. There's always gonna be cheese, but the hop steps were kind of egregious. But I feel like it wasn't to the point where it was OP. Like it was hard to stop, especially when you got thrown into animation, but it wasn't to the point where like hop steps are a part of the game. Like they should be efficient. Like you should be able to do stuff like that, but they were slightly OP. What else? Yeah, the park being the same was something that dragged it down too. Those are just things that kind of just drag it down. I feel like, what else? There's a lot of useless badges too. A lot of badges, like they had like I forget the badges, Dev, you can throw those on the screen. Whatever badges you feel like is useless. But yeah, there's a lot of useless badges, like but there was also a lot of good badges. Badges are kind of 50-50, but there were some useless badges that just didn't make any sense. Like nobody really, was quick draw 20? If quick draw was 20, put it on the screen. If not, you can just click this whole part out. But quick draw was the most useless like badge. You had to waste your badge points on your shooting for quick draw just so you can shoot the ball faster. It was 2K20. Yeah, that was one of the most like nonsensical things that you could possibly do, having quick draw be a badge. Like you had to get that joint on Hall of Fame, so you was immediately wasting shooting badges. Pie charts 50-50. It worked for the game, so I would say pie charts are perfectly fine. But would I want pie charts again? Personally, no. I feel like the creativity is better, so I would say pie charts work for the game, but I wouldn't want to see those back. But I feel like overall 2K20 was really just, it was mid. When you put in comparison your best 2Ks, which we'll talk about later, and then your bottom tier 2Ks, kind of where we are at now with the past few 2Ks, you can kind of put 2K20 at like that mid tier, because it had goods, it had faults. But if 2K20 dropped right now, if they release every 2K right now, would I play 2K20 first? Absolutely not. But I would not play it last either. It would be kind of like I'm saying right now, it would be my 5th 2K played personally. So that's why I put 2K20 where I put it at. But whatever you guys think, just drop your opinions down in the comments too. I'm gonna record number 4 next week, and I'll probably post it next week too, so you guys can see where I put that at. But I'll try to reply to every comment too that you guys got, every opinion, and we'll chop it up there and just see why everybody feels like which 2K is better and what makes a good 2K. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.